It's good that you're from right here in Thunder Bay and you're local, but have you ever lived anywhere else in the world?
So Amani was talking about how I do something called live looping. And live looping is the recording of samples and playing them back and stacking them, building on things, repeating. It's essentially based on repetition. So what I've got here is, I've got a device, it's called the Chaos Pad. It's one of the many different devices I have that allows me to do live looping. And so what I'll do is, you can use it with guitars, synthesizers, drum machines, whatever you want. But today I'll just be using my voice.
So does anybody know an artist by the name of Tanya Tagaq? She's a throat singer from up in Nunavut. She taught me some of the basics of throat singing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with something that's a bit, something that she taught me recently. So we get the premise, right? We've got something that's repeating. All right. So now let's add something a little bit more complicated on top of that. Let's add some effects to that. Everybody following so far? Yes? All right. All right, let's add some singing here.
How live looping works?
It's sort of, you take a recorded sound, whether it's the sound of me doing or, and you just repeat that over and over again. But you can stack, you can start, stop. You heard me putting some effects on things as well. You can put, you can manipulate sounds. You can have sounds of different lengths. So something that's really short, like, or just all different durations. You can really do anything you want with it. It can be musical, it can be textural, it can just be a soundscape, which is why we're talking about doing film and TV stuff. That's really helpful in that kind of world.
So how do you use science, technology, engineering, and math in what you do?
Let's look at what I just did. We had sounds of different lengths, so you had to worry about subdivisions. That's math. You also have to worry about how you're literally getting a sound, an analog sound from your voice, to a digital medium, eventually out to a sound guy. Well, that's engineering and technology right there.
So what were the steps in your career that got you to where you are now?
Well, I've been doing a one-man show for quite a while now, but I've always decided that I wanted to do music when I was a lot younger. Music was always a big part of my life, and I just realized that I wanted to be doing that until I was 60 years old. So how do I do that? Well, okay, you keep doing what you're doing, and you see what successes you have, and you kind of build on that. So, hey, people like the one-man show that I'm doing. Let's keep doing that. Hey, what I'm doing might be useful for a TV commercial. Try that once. Oh, that went pretty well. Let's do another one. So on and so forth. And just kept snowballing, and that's kind of what's brought me to this point today.
So when you started out, before all of this, what did you think entrepreneurial skills were?
I thought an entrepreneur was one of two things. Somebody with a suit and a briefcase, or somebody that worked at a place like Google.
And how has your perception changed since then?
Well, entrepreneurship really is about risk. And more important than just taking risk, it's about finding calculated risk. So figuring out, okay, I'm gonna make a leap right now, but how do I make sure that this leap is the least painful it could possibly be if I fall? So it's not just about making sure that you take those risks and dive into something head first, but it's always making sure to bring that helmet with you as well.
If you had 3 tips for success, what would those be? What should I take into account? What should I take into account?
What should you or anybody?
Anybody.
Okay. I would recommend, the first one is work and don't be afraid of working. That's my biggest success that I've had, is that I am a confirmed workaholic. But I mean, that's really, in order to be an entrepreneur, that's what you have to do. You have to work hard and you have to be driven. The second thing is to always take defeat with a grain of salt. So you're not always going to get everything you want. Something's going to go wrong, something's going to happen, and it's going to put you down. But you have to keep moving past that because that's the only way you're going to get through it. And the third thing is to always in every day, try to find something that connects to what you want to be doing. And make sure that you do at least one thing in that regard. So if you have one item that you want to do, make sure that it connects to what you're trying to do. So for me, it's music. So make sure that I do something musical every day. I might have to do paperwork all day, but I have to do something that relates to my end goal and connects my dreams to my reality every day.